Due to the nature of this program, listener aggression is advised.
This is Chris Broderick with the Fever 333.
Pusillus Maximus from Guard.
This is Eric from Necrogoblicon.
Hey, this is Jamie from Bullet My Valentine.
Hey, you got Dimebag's Hack.
I do a million interviews, and you guys know how to have fun.
Hello, everybody. This is Jean-Paul from the band Clutch.
This is Blue with Philip H. Anselmo and the Illegals.
What's up, guys? It's Dorothy.
Hi, I'm Todd. And I'm Frank from Slash featuring Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators.
Hey, this is Tim from Dropkick Murphys.
Hi, this is Joe from Dead.
This is Tommy Vex from the Bad Wolves.
This is Ivan from Disconnected. And right now, you're listening to Honest.
Hey, this is Adam Leader from In Search of Sun, and you're listening to Honest Fucking Brutality.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Honest Brutality. This is the show that is all things rock, metal, and stuff that doesn't suck. I'm your host, Evil.
I'm Big Sloppy.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Camera Rebel.
And we've got somebody that we've talked to, I don't know, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Once or twice. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I forget. It's been so goddamn long.
Good friend of the show, all the way from across the pond. Welcome, Adam Leader, back to the show. Hi, Adam.
What up, everyone? How's it going?
Really good.
Amazing.
You're full of energy today. It's awesome.
I love it.
Because I feel good, man. I feel great.
Good.
Today's a good day.
Yeah, it's been so long. I mean, we think it's been since you did the Bad Girl video back in 2018, I think it was. Mm-hmm. And you've done so much in that time. In Search of Sun's putting some new music out. You got a movie that's about to drop this year.
Some solo music.
Yeah, a little solo stuff going on. You got your first period. Just all kinds of good stuff going on.
Yeah, absolutely. That's loads going on, man, and in a place where I can manage it really well now, which is good. Well, mentally, physically, I'm fucked. Sorry, can yeah. But it's all good, man. Like everything couldn't be better. I'm so. I don't know, man. I'm just loving life, doing stuff all the time. You know, managing my periods. You know.
God, we missed you.
I missed you guys too, man. It's nice to hear your voices. It really is.
Likewise.
This is why you are one of the staples and the standards of this show.
Yeah.
You know what's great, Adam, is watching all of the growth from afar and having been a part of it all this time. I'm not even sure where to begin. Should we start with hosts or In Search of Sun, or why are you raining on me, man?
Oh my god, I love a good pun. I don't know. What do you want to talk about first?
Before we get going, why don't we do this? Give us a little synopsis. What has been going on with Adam Leader since the Bad Girl video? Where have you been?
In a nutshell, I guess during the Bad Girl video, I was in a pretty, well, no pun intended, bad place. Like everything was good, you know, everything was great, and you know we were doing great things, and this, that, and the other. But I'll say that, and I'm sure some, if not all of you, have experienced it before. You invite, or we invite, people into our lives that aren't necessarily healthy for us, which, to be honest, kind of ties into why I started my solo project. That's kind of all, I don't know, call it a vanity project, if you will. It's kind of just, it's almost therapy for me.
Yeah.
And it's the whole song. It's not about anyone in particular. It's more that particular people that have contributed to my mental state of being, contributed to me being able to look in the mirror and really kind of talk to myself, which is what that song is about. So, despite whatever's happened, you know, there's no blame. I guess there's just a lot of growth, man, and self-discovery, which kind of brings me to where I am now, which is probably the happiest I've ever been and the strongest I've ever felt in fuck, man, a long time, a hell of a long time, like since I was in school.
That's amazing.
Which, you know, was only 6 months ago, of course.
Hey, I know what you mean about inviting toxic people into your life. I sit across from one every fucking week on the show.
Hey, you leave her alone.
Hey. I think he was talking about you.
I know he was. So it's a little bit of catharsis, right? Doing the solo project. I think it suits you really well. When I heard it, I thought, this isn't that much radically different than what I would have expected you to do, to be honest. It seems to really suit you. The emotion comes through in Rain on Me. It's loud and clear.
Oh, for sure, man. Like it was definitely, it was really tough, you know, to do it. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of In Search of Sun stuff the majority of it is meaningful to me and sentimental to me. And I can only hope that the fans out there, you know, that can relate in their own personal ways. But Rain on Me it was really, really difficult to like almost remain stable, you know, when like emotionally stable when I was doing it. Which, to be honest, like it was really interesting because it kind of made me happy. The fact that I could feel that when I was doing it, because it to me it just said that I'm meant to do this. You know, this is something that I need to do. It's almost like, you know, when you're in therapy and you kind of get to that turning point in therapy where all of a sudden you break down, and that is the pivotal moment that you can actually start changing your behaviors and your thought patterns and your belief systems. You know, when you actually accept whatever it is for what it is, and you can start growing from there and eliminating the skeletons in your closet, so to speak, you know?
Yeah, let's check that track out right now.
I can't remember why every day is as dark as December, so why not get together, manufacture this weather forever, for I owe you something else.
Cause the more I know, the
know, it's really interesting that you brought up therapy because it's just music across the board. Every genre is therapy. You know, it's one of those things. And especially when you're making music, like you said, you felt the emotion. So it's almost like you felt the emotion, you made it, you did the video, you recorded, and then just that's like the release.
Oh man, totally, 100%. And it's every time I listen back to that song, and I do occasionally, and I'll watch the lyric video, or I'll just listen to it on Spotify or whatever. It still brings back those same emotions, and it feels good. It feels good. I think it's important to always almost relive it once you're able to, because like whatever one has been through. And we've all been through shit, some people's worse than the others. But when it's you feel like you're in the worst place, possible. You feel like it's the worst for you because you're in it, and it feels like it's worse than everyone else's problems, and it very well could be. But getting to a place where you can accept it and kind of move on from that. You should never. It's impossible to forget, but you're able to kind of go back and reflect on it, and that's kind of what I do when I listen back to that song, and when I write now. It's I reflect, and I'm able to relive it, and then come out of it afterwards, and kind of just feel good about it instead of dwelling on something that I haven't faced.
Yeah, it's part of the healing process.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, good job on it. I love it.
It's interesting you say the healing process there, because we talked to Rasmus from Franklin Zoo, and his songs are all based on, his growing up, his dad dying early and stuff like that, a lot of their songs. And he's at the point where he doesn't even like to sing the old songs because it brings up those old memories. Yeah,
because he relives that trauma and pain that he put into the songs.
It hurts, and he can't even go back. But I'm hearing you, and you're able to go back and listen to your song and actually find therapy in it and find comfort there, I guess, from being able to get through it and work through it. So that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, thank you, man. No, it does. It feels good. It feels good.
Do you have any more on your solo projects that you're working on now?
I do. Like I've kind of put it on the back burner. I've got a bunch of song ideas and rough recordings that I've done. But it's on the back burner because In Search of Sun is kind of gearing up again to kind of, I guess, hit the stages and release the next song, which is like the first song that we're going to be releasing for 2 years, actually. Something like that.
About time. Yeah.
I think so. I think I agree with that. It is about time.
Yeah. Let's talk about the new song a little bit. We got to preview the video and hear the song. And I thought it was funny because when you and I were talking the other day and you said you didn't know how we would receive it because you thought it was kind of weird, right? And we were talking out here at the table. We don't think it's weird at all. No. We really dig it.
I think it's right on time.
Yeah.
I think it's something music needs right now.
Mm-hmm.
In the fact that it's not able to be put into a box. What In Search of Sun, from that song, from what I could tell, rhythm.
Yeah, listen to the rhythm of the night.
You're about the 10th person that sung that.
My personal take was that it couldn't be stuffed into any one pigeonhole. This is unique, and I love it. Your guys' evolution has been one foot in front of the other, one step after another in this really progressive, yet it makes sense type of way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of cool that you said that, and that's kind of what I meant by it's just weird as fuck, in the sense is that you can't. It's very different from. Well, it's fairly different from the last album, from Virgin Funk Mother, and it's extremely different from the first album, The World Is Yours. But it's really, really difficult to like you said, to kind of pigeonhole it into one particular genre, and I kind of love that. I really love that. And I love that we kind of really don't fit in anywhere, which doesn't really work in our favor because it's kind of hard to find bands to tour with. But at the same time,
hard to market.
Like, but at the same time, I don't care, man. Like all of us just, love where we're at and we're really excited about it. And if 5 people listen to it and dig it, then great,
Well, it's cool. Because the song, it starts off kind of like a pop song, and then it goes to funk, and then it's metal. I'm like, what the hell's going on? This is badass. And it reminded me, and I was talking, Evil can really relate to this because he was in a band at one point called Until Morning, and they were kind of like, you guys infused it all into one song, but his band, they would do all kinds of different genres of tunes just because they didn't want to be in a box. And that's kind of where you guys are, where you've actually all meshed it all together. Is the whole album going to be like this? Is this kind of what we're going to be looking for?
Yeah, it's really like every song so far that we've written for the album is they're all unique and they're different from one another, but they do have that kind of, I don't want to say pop vibe because it's not pop, but they've got all the elements that you can hear in rhythm. Like they've all got those kind of elements, and it's really So to kind of sum up, that it's got a similar vibe, but each song is its own unique journey in its own way, you know.
So here's the deal, Adam. Are you ready? Are you ready for this?
I don't know if I like that tone.
I'm gonna tell you how it is right now in my little world.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, the song, I absolutely love it. I love how unique it is and how different it is, and I can guarantee you that it's going to be on my constant rotation. And just to hear that the whole album has kind of like that same vibe, I'm on top of the world right now because I love it. It's refreshing. It's stuff that we're not hearing right now. And you know what? I need some newness, and I think that you guys hit the mark with it.
You know what? That's really nice to hear. Thank you. I didn't think it would go down well with you guys, you know, which would have been totally fine. You know, I wouldn't have minded, but I genuinely didn't think that anyone would dig it. I kind of get the impression that you'd hear it and be like, well, you know, that kind of.
How dare you put us in a box?
What you're saying is we can be honest now. Yeah, that song's a piece of shit. Well, God damn.
Let's be brutally honest, shall we?
I'm going to even back up here and say, not only did I dig it, your video is fucking rad.
Oh, wicked. I'm glad you said that.
The use of the paint and the black light, people do videos and it's the same video. It's a different band, different song, same fucking video. And you guys have stepped outside. We don't want you in a box. You know, that's not what you guys have always been about. So we want you to run with that. And you did that with the song. I can't wait to hear the album, but also with the video. Like, hello.
Right. I don't think they had much choice but to do something like what they did with the paint and the lighting, because if that song on a rooftop or in a dingy warehouse just isn't going to sell.
It's not going to sell. And Evil and I were talking about it earlier. You know what? I would love to see that live. That would be a bitchin' show.
You know what? You took the thoughts right out of my head. Right out of my head there. I'd love to do that live.
Epic, dude.
You know, the main reason that works so well is because it's dark and we don't have to see your hideous faces. It's awesome.
Well, of course, because let's face it, we're all ugly fucks in such a song.
Actually, you guys are one of the prettiest bands out there. You're so cute.
You're so cute.
We were actually talking about that.
Yeah.
And, you know, I just recently watched a really interesting YouTuber, one of his video series, and one of his video commentaries was on bands, you know, in the metal scene needing a gimmick.
Right.
Or actually, it's actually more about the metal audience being more attracted to gimmicks than they like to admit.
It's very true.
And I thought to myself, when I saw the video, you should tell Adam this is their gimmick, because you don't need masks or anything. You put on the paint, you go out, the lights are right, and bam, got a winner.
Yeah,
you know,
I love it.
It's badass.
That's I'm really glad you said that. It's kind of what we wanted. Like me and Tori, our manager, we kind of sat down thinking we need to do something different for this, and we need to do something outside, like you said, outside of the box, and what we wouldn't usually do, and something a little bit not dangerous, but something that perhaps
risky,
that perhaps we're not entirely comfortable with, so to speak. But so we kind of sat there and we're like, fuck, what about UV paints? We started looking at these like images for references, and we found, I think there was this picture of this beautiful woman that had been like, that pretty much had like a very similar design to what I had, right? The kind of flicky eye shadowy thing on her eyes and her lips, and there was nothing else on the face, just that. And that was kind of the reference image that we used for me. And then we found a bunch of different ones and started designing for the other four guys in the band, and it kind of just evolved from there. And then the handprint idea came along, and it just turned into something a hell of a lot better than we expected. And that's what happens, you know, like you think of an idea with anything, whether it's for a song or for a music video or anything creative, and it always starts at a seed, right? It's just a seed, and then the more you throw shit at it, it turns into something even more it just amazing and more powerful and more expressive. And
layers.
That's kind of what, and that's kind of what we came out with at the end. And we had an awesome team of people behind us that were involved and that were helping on the day. We had Tori's Mrs. Nairi helping. We had my Mrs. Samantha helping, and we had Dave's Mrs. Ellie helping as well, and of course Rich from Dark Fable Media, who shot the whole thing, and then I took it home and edited it. And like we just had a really solid team, and it was fucking fantastic. It was a really good day.
So Adam, I heard you say that you were modeled after a woman. So were we? Is this where it comes out for sure that Adam Leader is now claiming to be transgender? Is that what's going on here?
Well, look, we established at the beginning of this that I have periods. Okay, so I think it's safe to say that I might as well identify as a woman from now on, and that's cool, man.
That's what I love about this guy. Great sense of humor, great timing.
He doesn't know the word no. I love that.
In our short conversation that we've gotten to this point, I mean, you're taking on challenges and you're taking risks, and this is rad because when you do that, beautiful things come out of it. It's very exceptional.
100%. I think it's all about being a yes person, and I think you should never be afraid to try. And I think every band or every business does this. Someone will always get involved, whether it be a man. And I'm not saying this has happened to us, to this extent, but a manager could come on board and say stuff that you don't agree with, or a team of people could come on board and say you have to do it this way, or a label will come on board and say you have to do it this way, and it kind of stops you from flourishing, from shining and doing
passion.
Yeah, and that's kind of where we're at. We just thought, fuck it, man. Let's do our own thing. We're not with a label anymore, and we don't really want to be. Let's do our own thing and just be ourselves and do whatever the fuck we want to do. And if people dig it, great. If people don't dig it, we're still gonna fucking do it. So yeah,
yeah, that's beautiful.
That's where greatness comes from.
I agree.
We talk about that on the show all the time. Do what you like, and if you like it a lot,
exactly,
other people will come along, and that's where originality comes from, man. Be you, like what you do, and people will jump on board with that.
It's an absolute common theme here. The majority of the artists that we talk to that are accomplished in any way always say that they write what they love, and that's what ends up selling. Yep. If you try to write what you think people want to buy, it's rubbish.
That's where you get fucked up.
Exactly. I couldn't agree with you more.
How are the rest of the guys in the band doing? Everybody holding up as well as you?
Yeah, they're doing really good. Everyone's great. Just cracking on with stuff. We're really close. We this is the closest we've ever been as friends, as a band. It's just great. The vibe is brilliant everywhere. Everyone's happy.
That's amazing. I love it.
That's good news. So are you guys actually going to do some touring this year? Because it's been a while since you guys got out and got on the road. And if you're going to be pushing a new album, I got to assume you guys are going to try to get on some kind of a tour or something. I know you're going to be busy this year because you're going to be releasing a movie, amongst other things, and it's going to take up a lot of time. But we got to get you guys on the road. You guys, we got this great spot here in Northern California. We've been waiting for about 3 fucking years to get you out here. And right now, it's just kind of some bullshit. You haven't been here yet.
If you book us, we will come.
How often do we hear that?
I know, right? Yeah. You lying sack of shit.
Yeah, if you want to call Sloppy's bluff, what you got to do is tell him build the venue.
Fuck the venues, man. We'll come to your house and play.
That's right.
Damn right.
Just give us beer and a vegan sausage roll for Faz, and then we're all good. I think Faz is vegan now. So.
All about it.
Yeah, we
cool.
won't
It
stop
sounds
with beer
good.
either. But we got whiskey, we got everything.
Just to recap a little bit, we have the new single, we have the new video, and this is in anticipation of a new album. The new album, what are we looking at? Do we have all of the songs laid out? Are we ready to take this? Is this thing mastered and ready to go? How many songs are we looking at? What do we got going on there?
I will say that we're looking at between 10 and 12 songs, and we're looking at an album's worth of material, but we're going to hold it back. We're going to instead, or we may or may not be releasing a number of singles throughout the year. and then potentially an album after that, with the rest of the songs on there, plus potentially a couple of bonus tracks. We shall see. But at the moment, it's going to be a number of singles not sporadically, that's the wrong word, strategically released quite frequently, one after the other throughout the year. So no one's going to be bored. And I think that's a good way of doing it. I think I don't know about you guys, but I'm personally, I think the album strategy, so to speak, particularly if you're an independent band, is not a good idea. And well, not to say it's not a good idea. I just think you put your heart and soul, like as a musician, you put your heart and soul into a 10, 12, maybe 15 track album. And you spend all this time, like you spend all your time and your money doing this album. And then you need to go and do a music video for it. So then you release a music video and you're like, right, here's a music video, which, let's face it, most bands of our level can only afford to do one or two, good music videos, And then after that, you've kind of run out of money because, of course, you need to release the album and you need to sell your album along with other merch to make your money back, plus make some more to keep that buzz and hype going in order to do more videos and write new music. Does that make sense?
It does. It's a modern model, right? I mean, the modern model really is, and it's also short attention span. You're making a point that we've heard before, and it's just, we're starting to realize for a long time, we didn't know what to think of the industry or how to, interpret what we saw. And now this seems to be the modern model. Feed people piecemeal. Albums don't have the impact that they used to have aside from album art. I mean, outside of that, people don't have the attention span for an album. If you want to keep their attention, you kind of have to give them one after another repeatedly.
100%. You've got to keep people interested because you release an album, and we've done it before twice, and I guess 3 times because we released an EP before the first In Search of Sun album. Right. You release it, you put everything into it, and then all of a sudden, if you're lucky, you'll have a buzz for 3 months, if you're lucky. And then it's kind of done after that. And then you're sitting there as a band going, shit, we're out of money. No one cares about us anymore. We can't get shows because there's no buzz about us. And what do? And then the only kind of conclusion you get to is that, okay, well, let's move on to the next. And you really, when realistically, I guess, in my opinion, if you do it to a different model, releasing single after single and building that buzz, you can really get the most out of an album when you're not releasing it as an album, as opposed to releasing it as an album's worth of material. You get the most out of it, man.
Dude, that would be so hard. I'm like picturing it akin to like Christmas. You buy somebody a gift, and if you get it a couple months ahead of time, you just like want to give it to them then. It's really hard. It's really hard to wait.
It's harder for us to hold back what we've got, and not tell anyone about it. So I get it.
Hey, you're talking about that model. You know who does a really good job of that model is your buddy Quinny and his band Red Method. They drop like a song every month, it seems like.
Oh man, yeah, they work so fucking solidly. And Quinny is one of the main driving forces behind that band, and I admire his work ethic. Like, they're just so on it all the time. And I've had the pleasure of being able to sit down with him and talk about it, and we have a lot of conversations about the industry and what should be done, what shouldn't be done, and also be a part of the music videos. Like we've shot, I think, 3 out of the 4 music videos they've done. We've shot those.
Badass. They're great. They're really good. And they're creative. I love the creativity.
Oh, wait until you see the one they're about to drop. It's unbelievable. For anyone listening, look out for the new Red Method video because it's coming.
Did you direct it?
Myself and Rich, we shot and directed the video.
You see what's happening here, right?
It's going to be so good because I directed it.
Well, no. Of course I kid, because their videos, and I know which ones you guys are helping with, and they're pretty damn good.
Well, that is the perfect segue into the movie and your move into film and everything involved in it.
Yeah,
so,
writing and directing.
Yeah, I mean, you really jumped in with both feet you have not stopped swinging. I mean, every time we talk, every time I see you, you're taking another step forward. Right now, the project's hosts. Where are we at?
We just finished. We had to wait until January this year to go and shoot the final 4 scenes because they had to be out in the cold, and the trees had to look dead and stuff because the film is set on Christmas Eve. So we had to wait. Like, we shot most of the 95% of the film or whatever last summer back in May. But we just had to wait, and we just finished doing that last month, and the whole edit has just been finished. And now the final pieces of the puzzle are the dialogue is being mixed by the sound operator or boom operator that we had on the film, Wayne Ray, who's just fucking unbelievable. So we're going to get that mix back from him literally within the next week, I think. And then Benjamin Simons, who used to be in a band called Malefice actually years ago. They were quite big in the UK. He's now doing film scores, and he's one of the best I've heard. He's incredible. He's done the score for the film, and we're about to get the final run through of the whole hour and a half's worth of music for the film back from him. I think he's got about 15 minutes left to do, and it just sounds phenomenal. And I think that's what makes a good film. Dialogue needs to sound clear, crisp, and on point, and the score needs to really fit the visual mood, So that's it, and after that it goes off to get submitted to film festivals. We've already confirmed 1 film festival, which unfortunately I'm not actually allowed to say, but we will be having the film premiered in London later this year from a fairly big film festival, which is super exciting.
Bob's Film Festival?
Yeah, we'll call it Bob's. And then after that, that's kind of like probably the month after that. I reckon August/September time, around then, is probably when the film will be released across the world, for everyone to watch and be sickened from what our minds have created.
So actually, going off of that, sickened by what your minds have created, for our listening audience, can you explain what the film is about?
In a nutshell, I guess it's a family of 5, full subject to some pretty horrific torture and manipulation throughout the course of an evening, that evening being Christmas Eve. That is what I'll say. I can't give any more away.
That sounds like most Christmases in my life.
Well, yeah, that's where I got the inspiration for it, man.
You actually posted a trailer,
a teaser,
online.
yeah,
a little teaser trailer.
Yeah, in fact, here's a snippet of that trailer.
Years ago, a father and his family lived in a big, bright house.
How did you feel, Cassie?
Yeah, fine.
When's dinner, Mum? Bed's starving!
Oh, put him down, love.
Blame Dad. He did that to me all the time.
I just like things the way they are. Don't you? And one day, the father decided to invite some guests inside.
Right on time. Come in, Lucy.
Do you know how this story ends? They destroy everything he loves.
Sit down!
Lauren, tell me where you are right now.
In my room. On my bed.
Don't you want to be set free?
It's creepy as hell, bro. And it's no secret that you're a huge horror fan anyway. Now, you actually, correct me if I'm wrong, you actually wrote this script and shared director duties, I think, with Richard, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then, See, last time we had you on, you had directed the Bad Girl video.
Right.
And you had some specific wallpaper that you had to go out and buy.
You picked up on it.
And I noticed it's in host as well.
You know, it's funny. You know
what? You've got such a good fucking eye for
You're goddamn right I do.
When we watched the trailer together, I said, I wonder if Adam built that hallway or if that's a real hallway. That hallway just looks creepy. That must be something he built.
That'd be good if we kept it from the Bad Girl shoot specifically for that. No, I'll let you in on a secret, man. We shot everything in that film. Well, 95% of that film was shot in Richard's house, and we spent months, a solid 2 months leading up to when we started shooting the film, completely blitzing his house and redecorating it and going out and using the budget to get the wallpaper, of course, the props, furniture, building new bits of furniture in the kitchen to match kind of what we want in the set. And oh God, it was kind of, and boarding up the whole attic as well and all that, and just getting everything set. We spent so much time doing that. And it really paid off, I think. But yeah, it's all done in Rich's house.
Now he lives in a creepy house.
He you know what? He actually kept the. They had to change back the corridor because I don't think his wife liked it very much. we loved it. I to be honest, I think Rich agreed that the corridor was a little bit overkill, but they kept the living room. They kept the wallpaper in the living room because it just looks badass, man. It's so good. It's so awesome.
It's so awesome. Yeah.
Adam, hosts, you have worked with a whole crew of people. You want to talk about some of those folks and the ones that have helped make this come true?
Yes, yeah, I would love to. First of all, the entire cast were just phenomenal. They went above and beyond and completely just. It was actually mesmerizing and emotional as fuck watching them just turn into the characters that I wrote and just imagined. It was unbelievable. It was surreal, and I kind of just want to give them a huge shout out and ask people to just follow them on their social media and support them because they're incredible and they're all set to do great things. And that's Neil Ward, Samantha Loxley, Nadia Lamine, Frank Jakeman, who was in an episode of Game of Thrones, by the way, Jennifer Preston, Buddy Skelton, and Lee Hunter. All absolutely phenomenal. Go and check them out. Follow them. Send them some love.
Absolutely. Cool. Were these people that you had worked with before?
We'd worked with Neil Ward and Nadia Lamine before. And we've been friends with them, meeting them on previous film sets before. We've been really good friends with them for a long time. So they just, I mean, it wasn't as if the characters weren't written for them, but I guess they auditioned and they just blew it out of the park, you know. So we cast them because they're just fantastic.
Well, maybe once the movie comes out, what we should do is maybe revisit it and get on a little group call and have some of the talent on with you and see what their thoughts and feelings were about the film.
That would be amazing. Yeah, let's do that.
Let's go back in history here, like growing up and in your 20s and that sort of thing. Did you first see yourself making a movie and getting to the point now in your music career where you are? Like, where did all of this start?
I guess if we go back, it was probably, I watched my first horror film when I was about 8. I probably shouldn't have, but myself and my older sister Rachel, we were obsessed with it. And I think it's because our parents were into it. And I remember we found, we had this huge cabinet of VHS tapes and that our parents had. And there was this one, I specifically remember what it looked like. It was a white Polaroid VHS tape cover thing. And the tape inside had the first Nightmare on Elm Street film in there.
Yeah. Game changer.
And we watched it and we sat there. Rachel didn't say much from what I remember, but I remember sitting there going like, "Oh my God, I fucking love this," and she did too because we watched horror films after that all the time. But I loved it, and then I remember going to bed that night and I couldn't sleep and I was scared, and my mum came into my room, and again like this, I remember this clear as day. She came in and she's like, "What's the matter?" I'm like, I'm scared. And she's like, "Well, you shouldn't have watched The Nightmare on Elm Street then." And I said, "I know, but it was just so good." Yeah. But after that, it's like, even since then, I guess that was the thing that made me want to make films. And then when I was 12, I listened to Pantera. I was introduced to Pantera for the first time, and that's when I kind of thought, I really want to play music as well. So I kind of took the music route first, but always knew that I guess I was gonna eventually start making films. But I think I put all my eggs into the music basket first, and I guess fast forward to 2019, and I finally got to do, well, I guess 2017 is when we started writing film ideas, me and Rich together, and then get to, I think it was end of 2018, I had a strange experience with my ex-girlfriend that kind of, like, there was nothing to it, nothing happened, but I thought this could be a really cool start to a horror film, and that's when I wrote Host. I just wrote the oh, don't get me started on that,
man. You set them up, we knock them down. I love it.
Now you just said, don't get me started. Hey, why don't you go ahead and start? I want to hear about this.
Oh, man. You're going to take him down a road he doesn't want to go down, I think.
Hey, out of curiosity, are we going to hear soundtracks from In Search of Sun on this movie?
We have actually written a song for the end credits, yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
We're the Dream Warriors.
Yeah, man. No, we wrote a song for the end credits, and yeah, it's really awesome. Actually, I'm really proud of it. And we're gonna do a music video for that as well. Probably intercut it with scenes from the film. I imagine that'll probably come out closer to the time that the film's coming out. I'll probably release it before the film comes out.
I love it.
But that'll be this year as well.
I guess we're gonna have to start calling you Adam Zombie.
Oh, well, because of Rob Zombie.
Yeah, I see the similarities.
Yeah,
yeah.
Horror films and music.
Rob Leader.
Rob Leader.
I so super wish that we lived closer, because I would love to get in on helping. You know what I mean? It's just like up my alley.
Yeah.
It's like, yes.
Oh, I'd love that. I'd love that. Do you know what? One thing I wish is that, because like I know you guys, I know a couple of other people like in the States and stuff, and I wish we were closer, or either of us were just rich, so that we could fucking fly you over here,
right?
Get you to the premiere or get you to shows and stuff. I hate the fact that we're so far apart.
Well,
yes, I do.
So the wife and I, it's probably not going to happen at the end of this year, but next year we're coming your way. We're going to go to Ireland and England, and I fully expect to.
They're not going to make it past Ireland.
You may have to meet me in Ireland and check my liver for me.
Where in Ireland are you going? My mum's from Dublin.
That's actually, we're going to be headed to Dublin, actually. That's kind of our idea.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you're going to love it. It's really, really beautiful there.
Yeah. I already told my wife, I said, look, we're going over there. There's two people for sure I got to see. I said, we're going to go see Adam Leader and the guys from his search, and we're going to go see Quinny. And she said, whatever.
You know what? Well, look, me and Quinny live down the road from each other. We're all close. So 2 birds, 1 stone. We'll come to you, you come to us, and we will fucking just live it up for however many days you're going to be here. And we won't let you go. We won't let you go.
I'm afraid I will die of alcohol poisoning on that trip. So
I'm hoping.
But just know that's happening next year, brother.
Awesome. I can't wait. I'm really excited for that, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
I'm hoping that you guys break on this new album and you end up over here before that even.
Well, yeah, you know what? That is going to happen. We got to tell ourselves that's going to happen, because if you don't, then it won't. If you do, then either you're delusional or it will happen. So like we'll say it's going to happen.
There you go. Hey, here's a question for you. You've been working hard on Host. You've been working hard on your music and stuff. Have you already got an idea for your next? Because I know you're going to be done with Host here real quick, and you're going to get that itch. You're going to want to do another movie. Have you already got an idea where you want to go with your next movie?
Yeah, I'm 15 pages into the script for it.
I figured that. I'm assuming a horror movie.
Yeah, this one is more. It's a horror film, but I guess it's more of a family drama, like a deep family drama, but always told on the platform of horror, because I just love it, and it would feel wrong to do something at this point in my life anyway, to do something not told on a scary, a frightening horror-esque level,
If you want to do something really scary, just video a couple of our sessions here in the studio.
Yeah,
actually, scare the shit out of anybody.
It's true. It's funny that you say that though, because in the back of my mind during this whole conversation, I'm thinking I really wish that we could do some short videos for like our content for YouTube and whatnot. And it'd be great to have Adam involved and be like, okay, guys, here's what you're gonna do,
right? To have him produce it.
Yeah, I mean, I see these other podcasters and other radio personalities that either A, take themselves way too seriously, not naming any names, but either take themselves way too seriously, or B, they wear clown masks and shit to do live videos, and they get hundreds and hundreds of people watching their video, and I'm thinking to myself,
crazy.
What? Okay, so what's our gimmick? Maybe we should get Adam to do UV paint on us and help us out. I don't know.
Yes, that sounds great. You know what? If you want to do some video stuff, man, hit me up. Like I'll do some stuff for you, free of charge. Like let's do some cool shit. I don't mind.
No, we pay our friends, man. We want you to stay in business.
We're gonna give you what are you euros or pounds now? We'll give you at least 4 pounds. How's that?
We'll pound your euro.
Money's useless now. Just pay me in virtual hugs and we're good.
You are so our favorite, man. I swear. Oh wait, we're not supposed to pick favorites. Fuck it. Adam's my favorite.
Yes.
I at this point I can't. I was over here trying to think. I think Adam holds the highest record of return visits on the show so far.
It's between him and Quinny, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
I need to go and kill Quinny then.
There it is. Idea for the next movie. He was jealous about the radio show.
For some reason, that movie, The Art of Self-Defense, jumped in my mind.
Well, that's really cool though, man. Like I didn't know that. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
You were one of our first guests.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in the first dozen.
He was the third one we had on, because we had Art of Dying, and then we had Chemical Burn, and then it was Adam Leader. And I remember we talked about mannequins and everything. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I just want you to know that every time I see a damn mannequin, I want to mail it to you. But they're so damn big, and I'm like, that would probably be
every
really
time I see a mannequin, I run a fucking mile.
I know. Wouldn't it be great? You get this big old box from Honest Brutality. You're like, yeah, I'm so stoked about this. You open it, it's a fucking mannequin.
Yeah, man. I've always wanted a heart attack. So
How is it you haven't written a script about the mannequin people yet?
Do you know what? I don't know, because it's fucking terrifying. I don't know.
There you go. There's your next idea.
Yeah, that's just what he needs, to be around them like for all that time, for 3 years while he does the movie.
We're talking therapy here. It might help him out.
There's a comedy horror in there somewhere.
Oh, definitely.
I could definitely
I'm gonna have to start brainstorming some shit now. Actually,
Adam, as smart as you are and as funny as you are, I'm surprised you're not doing like a splatter comedy. That's a genre that seems to fit your personality really well.
You know what? I will say that me and myself and Rich, we fucking love comedy, and we love. I don't know if you ever saw any. Like that's kind of how we funded Hosts. Like we built this YouTube channel over the space of a year. It was, teaching about. Well, I say teaching. I tread lightly there, but teaching about cinematography and how to light a scene and how to film and how to use basically filming or making films on budgets. But we the reason we got so big is because, I say so big, on a small level, is because we garnered so much hate from people that wanted us to be serious all the time, and we couldn't do it, man. We just couldn't do it. So we used to every single Friday we'd drop a new episode, but the episode would be us talking shit for a bit, and it was all relevant, but it was in the most, we just didn't give a fuck type of way, we just didn't care, and we took the piss out of the people that you were saying a minute ago, that people are so serious on YouTube. Literally just tongue in cheek, but taking the piss out of those people. And the funny thing is that we got a good few fans from it. We funded our first feature film from it, and we were loved because of it, and people learned from it as well. It's like, you don't have to take yourself seriously all the time or ever to actually get somewhere. And we had so much fun doing it, and each episode we'd always go and film, we'd always make a short film to kind of demonstrate whatever it was we were talking about, and all of them were just absolutely fucking nonsense.
I know, I love them.
Pure not. Did you watch any of it?
Oh, come on, man. Yeah.
Oh, wicked. Oh, that's
I'm
so
half
cool.
your likes,
There you
pal.
go. They're just complete fucking nonsense, but they were so fun to do, and that's the kind of comedy that we're into. Like we love it. It just makes no sense. Influenced by films like, did you ever see Freddy Got Fingered?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And like films like Hot Rod. Have you seen that?
Oh,
Andy Samberg.
We just talked about that in our show last week. Yeah.
Oh man, like Rich actually showed me Hot Rod. He introduced me to that. I hadn't seen or heard of it, but that's the kind of shit we're into, man. Just absolute ridiculous comedy.
I love it.
Yeah, totally.
Adam, I'm sure that for our listeners, you've kind of piqued their interest with your YouTube channel. You want to go ahead and give us that YouTube channel name?
Yeah, it's Dark Fable Media. Search us on YouTube, and you're probably going to want to smoke a joint before you watch our stuff. It will make it a hell of a lot better. But yeah, sorry, I don't mean to promote drugs.
Why not?
You're on Honest Brutality, right?
Not only that, but it's
smoke a fat one.
Yeah, it's legal in most of our states now.
Oh, that's a good point. Yes, there's a roll a fat one, smoke it. And watch Dark Fable Media, man. Yeah.
Oh, let me translate that for you. In American, it's pronounced Dark Fable Media. Not Doc.
That's good. That was good.
I'm going to be a translator.
Dark Fable Media.
God, you're a dick. Dude.
I know. That's my job. I got one job on the show: be an asshole.
You do it well.
I know.
Damn.
We've covered a lot of ground here. Let's see. We've got In Search of Sun. We have, and you're calling your solo project Leader.
Yeah.
And then we have Dark Fable. We have Hosts. Is there something we're not touching here?
I kind of think that's it, apart from the next movie that I'm writing. But I think
that's
doesn't
enough.
even have a name yet.
Yeah.
Busy guy.
Yeah, and then there's normal life in between all of that, of course.
Right. Normal,
day to day,
whatever that is.
Yeah,
day to day, and you know what, being surrounded by just fucking beautiful people, which is great. So I can't complain. I can't complain at all.
You got it made, man. If you're surrounded by creatives and you're a creative, that's got to be a good feeling.
Oh yeah, totally. But it kind of, like, I love doing what I do, and whether I make money out of it or not, I don't care. It's more, I love doing what I do, and I've got the support behind me from the best group of friends I could ever fucking want, and that to me, again, is what I've learned, from over the last, I guess, 6 to 7 months. I've really kind of honed in on the fact that none of it really matters. Like, it's cool to do what you want to do, and it's cool to do what you enjoy and not be held back by whatever's it might be holding you back. But the most important thing is being surrounded by the right people and spending time with those people, because that is something to me that's what life's all about, man. And it's fucking priceless. So I could not be more grateful for the people in my life right now who I plan to hold close to me until the day I die, which is never, because I'm never going to die.
Hold on, I got to write this down. This is great advice from Matt. Surround myself with people I actually like. Okay, that's going to change everything. Gee, oh, man. All right.
Honest Brutality in search of new personality. Adam, you want another job?
Well, yeah, I need the money, so yeah, do it.
Oh, you're fucked there.
Yeah.
I hope you work for Hugs.
I do.
Is there anything that we didn't touch on today that you wanted to, my friend?
No, I think that's it, to be honest, man. Like, I'm sorry, I kind of chewed your ear off for ages there.
Are you kidding?
We love it.
Yeah, we're always glad to
have we love interviews where the guest doesn't say anything. That's our favorite.
Yeah, they must go down really well, right?
Oh, they're a lot of fun. Let me tell you.
Have you had any of those?
Oh, God.
We've had like one or two.
We've had a couple. Well, okay, so let me break it down for you like this, Adam. There are guests that are interesting people that are fun to have conversations with, and they like to talk about what they're doing. And then there are guests where you have to drag shit out of them.
One-word answers.
Yeah.
Oh,
and those are the ones that we struggle with, because we think, on the outside, these people you have this perception. You see them, their social media and whatever, you think, oh, this guy's really going to be a lot of fun. You get them on and they're like, yeah, no, maybe.
He's not exaggerating. It's true.
No, you know what? I know the type, man. I used to have, I used to have a friend. There was a couple of people that I used to know that they would phone you, right? Although they would phone me. So we're like, oh, okay. I won't name names because that's a bit unfair, but this dude's ringing me. Oh, cool. You know, he's obviously got something to say to me. He wants to catch up. This is cool, man. I haven't spoke to him and we wouldn't speak for long periods of time. We wouldn't speak for months at a time. So I'd answer the phone, be like, hey, man. And you go, hey, you all right? I go, yeah, you? And then he'd go, yeah. And then I just go, okay, cool, man. Like, what's up? Oh, yeah. Are you free tomorrow? Nah, I've got to work. Oh, okay. And like it was just like, but you just I don't get it. I don't understand. I do
so
not
awkward.
understand yeah. So you guys have had a couple of guests on the show that do that then.
Yeah.
Again. What's that guy's name? Quinny something.
Shut up.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
No, he's no loss for words.
Yeah, you can't slow him down. I love that guy. No, yeah, we've had a couple, and we make it work one way or another. Those are look for the 20-minute episodes. That's
I'll look out for them, man.
There's a lot of splicing of the conversation shoved into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. I do love awkward stuff like that, and bless him. It's probably just being shy. Probably that's kind of what it all boils down to. But
yeah, and then sometimes also we have we really haven't run into it a lot, thank God. But sometimes we have like the language barrier.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
That
that
really
must
tough.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that can be really uncomfortable for the other person.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and it makes it tough when we're trying to make them sound good.
Yeah.
And it's like pulling.
We've
teeth
been really
sometimes.
lucky though. We've been really lucky.
I mean, even those though, they want to do well on the show. But it gets really tough.
Yeah. I think those are fun.
I can't imagine the anxiety that goes through their heads of like, shit, like, can I speak English well enough?
Well,
am I going to say the right thing? Like, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sitting over here going like, it's okay, honey, take your time. Just take a break. And Rich is over there. He's all fucking pussy. I told him, I'm like, one of these days you're gonna get your ass kicked, bro.
I'm not worried about it. They're in Russia or Hungary. I'm not worried
That's
about
why
it.
you should be worried about it.
Exactly.
I really want to know who these people are, but we can't, right? We can't.
Off the air.
Well, I'll tell you this: they're some of my favorite people on the planet, but they struggle, and it's a language barrier. That's all there is to it. But they're fantastic.
Once again, our guest has been Adam Leader, In Search of Sun, Dark Fable Media, hosts, leader. I'm just getting tired of naming off all the shit you do, so slow down because I can't keep up.
No way, don't stop.
No, don't stop, man. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. It is, again, an honor to talk to you. We love you so much. You're part of the family here at Honest Brutality. And do you want to give out some links or directions to where people can go to find all of this different content you're creating?
Oh, okay. First of all, I love you guys too, and it's been a pleasure being able to talk to you again. And thank you for having me on. If anyone wants to check any of the stuff out, it's facebook.com/In Search of Sun Music, Facebook/Leader Tunes, Facebook/Dark Fable Media, also on YouTube as well. Subscribe to In Search of Sun on YouTube. Follow In Search of Sun. Go out, get drunk, smoke a fat one, and watch hosts.
Okay, so for those of you out there that didn't understand any of that, let me interpret. It's In Search of Sun, host, and Dark Fable Media. Whew. Man, translate, I should get paid more.
With host.
Hell yeah.
All right, Adam, thanks again. Hey, let's play the brand new song. Why don't you give it an introduction right now, and let's spin it.
Hey, this is Adam Leader from In Search of Sun, and you're listening to our brand new song Rhythm on Honest Brutality.
Here I'm laying, won't get up. I don't feel myself. If you don't believe me when I say that I got to make you go away. I know you wanna, know you got this. I know you want me, that you got me. I know you wanna, know you got this. I know you need it, that you want it though. If you don't believe me when I say I got to make you go away. I know you want, know you got this. I know you need it, that you want it, go. I know you want, that you got this. I know you need it, that you want it, so yeah, I'm living a lie, cause I know something about you. And I know you need it, that you want it, so I'm living a lie, 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 I'm living a lie. Let go with the rhythm. Let go with the rhythm, start your life. Let go with the rhythm. Let go with the rhythm. Let go with the rhythm, start your life. Let go with the rhythm. Let go with the rhythm. I'm living a lie, living a lie. I'm living a lie, living a lie. I'm living a lie, living a lie. I know you need it. I know you need it. I know you need it. I'm laying, won't get up. I don't feel myself. If you don't believe me when I say this. I got to make it go away. Let go of the rhythm, start your life. Let go of the rhythm. Let go of the rhythm. Let go of the rhythm, start your life. Let go of the rhythm. Let go of the rhythm, start your life. Let go of the rhythm. Let go of the rhythm. Let go of the rhythm, start your life. Let go of the rhythm. Let go of the rhythm.
Adam Leader, man. What can you say?
Gotta love that
I'm
guy.
not kidding when I say he's my favorite. He's been on the
Yeah.
show many times, and he's like part of the family here now.
Yeah.
He could sit in this seat over here. We have a 4-seat here, open and ready. Anytime he wants to come be part of the show, he can come sit in.
He's just one of my favorite humans, regardless of whatever art he's doing or whatever content he's creating. He's just a great guy.
Yeah, he's got that appeal to him, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, and right now I'm just thinking fearless. That's what I'm thinking. Talking to them and going through all of that stuff. Like they're just doing so much great stuff and getting out of the comfort zone and taking chances and risks. And it's fearless to me. So
Yeah, I love it.
I'm super stoked on the album that's coming out. And the one song that they have right now, Rhythm, is definitely going to be in my constant rotation.
Yeah.
I dig it.
I think it's interesting that he didn't think that we would like
Yeah.
the direction of the new song.
Right.
It gives me an idea of what, they feel like they've created something that they're not too sure how it's going to be received. And I think that that's interesting because it's brilliant. It's really good.
Or as he pigeonholed us.
That could be. Could be. Should have called him on it.
I'm just saying. But really, actually, if we think back on it, we talked to him at the very beginning of our Honest Brutality journey. And back then we were really kind of focused on a certain sound.
Yeah. More metal.
And in the last, 4 years that we've been doing this, we've had a lot of growth and we've branched out and, our ears have changed to the liking of a lot of different metal sounds. So yeah, that's what I think. I think Adam frickin' pigeonholed us.
Yeah, that son of a bitch.
I'm going to send him a message.
He's no longer my favorite. God damn it.
Do yourself a favor. Check out In Search of Sun. Enjoy the new song. If you like them, go over, give them a follow, give them a like. Tell them Honest Brutality sent you. If you're a first-time listener, thank you so much for tuning in and checking us out. We hope you come back. If you're a repeat offender, thank you so much for being part of our family and making all of this possible. Check us out on all of our socials.
Yes, we have Instagram. We have Facebook. We have Twitter. We don't have MySpace. We have our website. And that's it.
That's a lot. We have a phone call, too. You can make 530-962-0411. Again, that's 530-962-0411. If you're out there and you're enjoying the show, we want to hear from you. Give us some feedback. Give us your name. Say, stay metal, and we'll put you on the air.
That's right. In the meantime, be good people. Take care of one another. And most importantly,
stay Stay metal.
Stay metal.
Oh wait, hold on. We got to do it. Stay pedal. Isn't that what he called it?
Yeah.
Stay pedal.
Stay pedal.